Breaking news. Baltimore Ravens fans are excited after a viral story. Is Calais Campbell coming back to the Ravens? I'll tell you all about it in a moment. But first, I want to hear from you. Do you think Calais Campbell would be a great addition to help the Ravens make a run at the Super Bowl? If you think so, hit the like button. If possible, comment something like, "The Ravens will make it to the Super Bowl." The Baltimore Ravens could potentially see a significant boost as rumors swirl about the possibility of veteran defensive lineman Calais Campbell returning to the team. Recent reports suggest that if the Miami Dolphins are mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, Campbell could be released, paving the way for his reunion with Baltimore. Ravens fans may recall the drama of the November trade deadline, when the team attempted to reacquire Campbell, only for Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel to block the deal at the last minute. At the time, McDaniel emphasized Campbell's importance to Miami's playoff hopes, a plan that now appears to be unraveling. The prospect of Campbell's release was brought to light by Miami reporter Barry Jackson, who noted that Campbell and Dolphins general manager Chris Grier discussed the possibility earlier in the season. Campbell himself acknowledged those conversations, saying they were respectful and tentative, depending on Miami's playoff prospects. Now, with the Dolphins' path to the postseason looking slim, the Ravens could seize the opportunity to bring back one of their former stars. Ravens fans may have mixed emotions about this potential reunion. When Campbell left Baltimore 2 years ago, the team opted to focus on younger talent, a decision made with mutual respect. However, since then, Campbell has arguably been even more productive, outperforming his numbers during his time with the Ravens while playing for the Atlanta Falcons and Miami Dolphins. This uptick in performance underscores his enduring talent and ability to contribute at a high level, even as a seasoned veteran. Adding Campbell to the current Ravens defensive line could be a game-changer. Pairing him with players like Justin Madubuike, Travis Jones, Michael Pierce, and Broderick Washington would not only enhance the team's depth, but also bring a wealth of experience to a defensive unit already thriving. Campbell's leadership and versatility would make him an invaluable asset, whether as a starter or a rotational player. His impact extends beyond the field, as his presence in the locker room has been lauded throughout his career. This potential acquisition would bolster the Ravens as they gear up for the playoffs, but the excitement doesn't end there. The team's injury report for Wednesday's practice highlighted some key updates. Wide receiver Nelson Agholor missed practice due to a concussion sustained in the game against the Giants, while Rashad Bateman was limited with a foot injury. These developments could impact the Ravens' offensive depth heading into their next matchup, making it all the more crucial for other players to step up. The Ravens find themselves at a critical juncture, with the possibility of clinching a playoff berth and positioning themselves for a deep postseason run. The addition of a player like Campbell could not only reinforce their defense, but also reignite the passion of fans longing for a championship-caliber team. As the rumors surrounding Campbell's release and potential return to Baltimore intensify, the excitement among Ravens fans is palpable. What do you think, Ravens flock? Should the team bring Calais Campbell back if he becomes available? Could his presence be the missing piece to a Super Bowl push? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for updates as we watch this story unfold.
The potential return of Calais Campbell comes at a time when the Ravens are carefully managing both their opportunities and challenges. While the team's defensive front has shown strength throughout the season, it's clear that depth and leadership could make the difference in critical playoff moments. The addition of Campbell would not just be about filling a role, it could transform the defense into one of the most formidable units in the NFL. What's most compelling about this situation is Campbell's statistical growth since leaving Baltimore. His numbers have improved year after year, a remarkable feat for a player at this stage of his career. For the Ravens, this isn't just about nostalgia or sentimentality, it's about performance and results. Campbell's consistency on the field, paired with his well-documented ability to elevate teammates, presents an enticing proposition for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. On the injury front, Baltimore continues to juggle key absences. Nelson Agholor's concussion and Rashad Bateman's limited participation raise questions about how the offense will adapt. Meanwhile, younger players like Isaiah Likely and Zay Flowers may need to take on larger roles to maintain offensive rhythm. The team's ability to balance these issues while continuing to build momentum will be crucial in the coming weeks. Looking ahead, Baltimore's path to the playoffs isn't just about winning games, it's about proving they can rise to the challenge against top competition. The team's season has been defined by battles against both elite squads and surprising losses to lesser teams. This inconsistency has kept fans on edge, but has also revealed a resilience that could serve them well in the postseason. Another subplot that can't be ignored is the pressure on Lamar Jackson. With discussions around MVP rankings intensifying, Jackson finds himself in a season where his leadership and performance are under constant scrutiny. The addition of a defensive anchor like Campbell wouldn't directly influence Jackson's game, but it could provide the kind of team-wide stability that allows the offense to take greater risks when needed. The Ravens fan base has been vocal about the need for a deep playoff run this year, and rightly so. This team has the talent, and the return of a figure like Campbell could energize both players and supporters alike. But the reality remains, this is a team that must prove itself every week, particularly as the stakes get higher. Whether it's through Campbell's potential signing, strategic game planning, or player development, the Ravens have all the tools to achieve greatness. Now, it's your turn to weigh in, Ravens flock. If Campbell rejoins the team, how do you see him impacting their playoff journey? And with the season approaching its most critical phase, what are your expectations for how Baltimore handles the challenges ahead? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. As the Ravens gear up for their next pivotal game, the focus shifts to how they can sustain their momentum while addressing the gaps revealed in recent performances. With players like Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman showing flashes of brilliance, the offensive unit has the potential to be explosive. However, injuries and inconsistent execution have left fans wondering whether the Ravens can fully capitalize on their talent in high-pressure situations. One area to watch closely is the offensive line, which has been both a strength and a question mark this season. Andrew Voorhees' recent snaps caught the attention of fans, raising questions about whether the team might experiment with rotations or stick to its established starters as the playoffs approach. With depth players like Ben Cleveland also stepping in, the Ravens are clearly exploring all options to ensure their protection schemes hold up against elite pass rushes. On defense, the secondary continues to be a critical element of Baltimore's success. Safety Geno Stone has been a standout, leading the league in interceptions for much of the season, while young players like Kyle Hamilton have developed into key contributors. But even with this growth, the defense has occasionally struggled to close out games. Tightening up their coverage and avoiding costly penalties will be essential as they face playoff-caliber offenses. A looming question is whether the Ravens' pass rush can maintain its effectiveness against top-tier quarterbacks. While players like Justin Matabike and Ode Foa have been disruptive, consistency has been an issue. Bringing in someone like Calais Campbell could address this, as his veteran presence and ability to collapse the pocket would alleviate some of the pressure on the younger players. Offensively, Lamar Jackson's leadership will remain the focal point as the team pushes for postseason success. His dual-threat ability has been electric all season, but the team's reliance on his heroics can be a double-edged sword. For Baltimore to thrive in the playoffs, they'll need a balanced attack that utilizes their running backs and keeps defenses guessing. Players like Gus Edwards and Justice Hill could play pivotal roles in this strategy, especially as the team looks to dominate time of possession. What do you think, Ravens flock? Are you confident in the team's ability to finish strong and make a deep playoff run? And how do you see them handling the Steelers this week in such a high-stakes game? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep the conversation going.